Hey everybody, it's Eric, 80s Horror Man here, and welcome to day 29 for my 31 Days of Horror. Today, I'll be doing a movie that was done in 1987. Yeah, another one that was done in 1987, and this movie is like one of the most recognizable horror movies of all time. One of the most recognizable vampire horror movies of all time. And this movie seems to be like the fan favorite for the vampire movies for horror fans. And I'm surprised I haven't done a review on this one for my 31 days. But here I am doing it today because this movie is my second favorite vampire movie of all time. And the movie I'm talking about is The Lost Boys. Now, The Lost Boys is directed by Joel Schumacher, who directed A Time to Kill, Flatliners, Phone Booth, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, and so much more. The movie has a pretty good all-star cast where you got Kiefer Sutherland in it, you got Jason Patric, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Diane Wiest, Alex Winter, and so much more. So this movie has a pretty good all-star cast right here. So this movie is about where you got a mom and her two boys end up moving to a California town called Santa Carla. And they decided to go and stay with her father, who is, I guess you could say, a little bit cuckoo. And then Sam and Michael, the two brothers, decided to do a little exploring in Santa Carla. Michael ends up becoming attracted to this beautiful girl that he ends up seeing at a concert, while his brother Sam is a big fan of comics, so he decides to check out the comic book store. And the comic book store owners, who are also brothers, the Frog Brothers, Edgar and Allan, decided to have him read this comic book called Vampires Everywhere. And he said, think of it as a survivor manual, which could actually save your life. And Sam tells him he doesn't like horror comics. So while Michael is following this beautiful woman, it turns out that she hangs out with the four punks that drives motorcycles. And the main punk is played by Kiefer Sutherland, who plays by the character of David. So Michael thinks, okay, if I want to impress this girl, I gotta get myself a bike. So he does. He decides to get out his dirt bike. And then Michael decides to get the girl's name, and her name is Star. So he ends up coming across the punks again. And then he ends up following them to their lair, which is in a cave. And then David offers Michael to drink some wine. But then after Michael drinks it, Michael starts changing, where he starts wearing sunglasses mostly throughout the day. He's got himself a leather jacket, and he mostly hangs out a lot at nighttime. So now Sam is thinking something's not right with Michael. My brother is not okay. So he decides to read the comic that the Frog Brothers offer him, Vampires Everywhere. And now he's starting to think that maybe his brother is actually a vampire after all. So now Sam must find a way to save his brother Michael from becoming a vampire, because it turns out that these punks that Michael has been hanging out with are actually vampires. So that's basically the story on this movie, because every single horror fan is definitely familiar with this movie. They definitely know what the movie is about. They know how it is. And you definitely cannot say nothing bad about The Lost Boys, because this movie is just so fun. And the music is good. The soundtrack is pretty good. It's got some very good songs on here. And this movie does have special features where it's got commentary by the director, Joel Schumacher, additional scenes, The Lost Boys, a retrospective documentary, the return of Sam and the Frog Brothers, the two Coreys, and Jamison Newlander, multi-angle video commentary, Vamping Out, the undead creations of Greg Cannon, Inside the Vampire's Cave, 4 featurettes, The Vampire's Photo Gallery, Lou Gramm Lost in the Shadows music video, A World of Vampires interactive map, and theatrical trailer. So, yeah, Lost Boys from 1987. And again, this movie is so fun. You definitely can't say nothing bad about this movie because every single horror fan is definitely familiar with this movie, and they've all know what this movie is. And this movie is like everyone's favorite vampire movie of all time. And like I said, this movie is my second favorite vampire movie, but Fright Night is always going to remain as my number 1 favorite. So Fright Night and The Lost Boys are like my top 2 favorite vampire movies, even though, yes, I do have some other favorite vampire movies as well, like Blade, Near Dark, Vampires, 30 Days a Night. But The Lost Boys from 1987, I definitely and highly recommend checking it out for those who hasn't seen it. But for the horror fans that have seen it, then again, and they definitely know what this movie is, and they definitely know how this movie is. Alright guys, so that's it for my review on day 29. What do you guys think? Have you seen this movie before? Which I'm sure there are people that's watching that are horror fans have seen this, but if you have not, definitely go check it out. Very fun movie, and it's definitely a classic, and it's definitely one of my favorites. Also, like and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for some more videos and some more 31 Days of Horror. Yes, 2 more days to Halloween. Later.